Tensions between Afghan Taliban forces and Pakistan are escalating rapidly, with each passing hour adding fuel to a volatile border standoff. In a move that blends psychological warfare with strategic signaling, the Taliban have begun relocating Soviet-era Scud-B ballistic missiles closer to the Durand Line. These Cold War relics, once operated by Soviet advisors during 1980s, are now being repurposed by the Taliban not merely for tactical advantage but to instill fear and project dominance. Their deployment is not just a military maneuver, it's a narrative weapon aimed at unsettling Pakistan's western defenses and asserting Taliban control over the regional discourse. The Scud-B, officially known as the R-17 Elbrus, is a short-range ballistic missile with a reach of up to 300 kilometers. Though its accuracy is limited, with a circular error probable of up to 900 meters, it compensates through psychological impact and area effect devastation. Capable of carrying high explosive or cluster warheads, the missile is designed to punish rather than pinpoint. Taliban possession of these systems, estimated at 50 to 100 functional units, stems from their capture of Afghan National Army stockpiles during the fall of Kabul and subsequent campaigns in Panjshir Valley. These missiles, once stored under Soviet supervision and later inherited by successive Afghan regimes, have now become tools of Taliban deterrence. Recent Taliban processions showcasing Scud-B transporter erector launchers confirm their operational readiness. These vehicles, typically MAZ-543 platforms, are now seen navigating key routes in eastern Afghanistan, especially in Khost, Paktia and Nangarhar provinces, positioned just 20 to 50 kilometers from Pakistani territory. Their movement towards strategic border crossings like Torkham and West Chaman suggests preparations for swift retaliation. This build-up follows Pakistani airstrikes on Taliban-linked camps in Kabul, Jalalabad and Paktika, which reportedly killed 15 to 20 militants per site. Taliban sources frame these strikes as provocations, justifying their missile deployments as defensive escalation. Potential Taliban targets fall well within Scud-B range and include several Pakistani forward operating bases. Miranshah in North Waziristan lies about 150 kilometers from Khost. Razmak garrison in South Waziristan is roughly 120 kilometers away, and Thal base in Kurram district sits just 80 kilometers from the border. Other likely sites include Ghalanai Army Base in Mohmand Agency and Parachinar Air Base, which hosts JF-17 fighter jets and drone units. These locations are not chosen randomly. They align with militant sanctuary zones and the origins of Pakistani incursions, making them ideal for area effect strikes that prioritize psychological disruption over surgical precision. Pakistan's air defense network, while robust, faces challenges in countering saturation attacks from multiple Scud-B units. The country relies on a layered system integrating Chinese-origin HQ-9 long-range interceptors, LY-80 medium-range systems, and FM-90 short-range units. These systems are distributed across Army and Air Force units, offering coverage against ballistic threats at various altitudes and ranges. However, the Taliban strategy appears to exploit gaps in this framework, particularly in border regions where terrain and proximity complicate early detection and interception. Reports of Pakistan acquiring HQ-19 systems capable of exo-atmospheric intercepts suggest a push toward advanced missile defense, but their deployment status remains ambiguous. This confrontation is more than a clash of weapons, it's a battle of narratives. The Taliban's use of legacy Soviet systems is not just about capability, it's about symbolism. By reviving Cold War-era missiles and placing them within striking distance of Pakistani installations, they are sending a message that the past is not buried, it's mobile, armed and ready to shape the future. In this theater of strategic storytelling, fear becomes a force multiplier, and every missile convoy doubles as a psychological operation. The Taliban are not just preparing to strike, they are preparing to be seen.